Hello everybody, good morning. It's me, George B, and today I'm going to be talking about the moon and how it affects us. I have my coffee here and I'm all ready to go. So, just before I begin on the moon, I want to let you guys know, once again, my name is George B and my pin is 1542. And we currently have a fantastic offer on at the moment, which is 29p per minute for the first 10 minutes. And also, the first 10 people to book a reading with me after this video will receive a free tote bag from The Circle. So you can call 0800 0678 950 to take advantage of that offer. Alternatively, you can also log on to www.thecircle.com. I'm rotated in from 10:30 today till 2 o'clock this afternoon, from Thursday 11 AM to 2 PM and Sunday 7 PM to 9 PM. Hi Nicole, hi Marie. Also as well guys, please don't forget to like and share this video, as there may be someone that might be interested in regards to this conversation and this topic. Now, the moon. So, before I go into how the moon actually affects us, one of the things I want to go into is how the moon actually affects the Earth. And the reason being is because I think quite often as people, we tend to now have this disassociation from nature. And we tend to forget that we ourselves are a byproduct of nature. We are nature. And so if we go into how it affects the Earth around us, it then starts to go into how it affects us. It goes hand in hand. Everything's connected. So the moon actually affects the tides of the ocean. Okay, and it affects the tides of the ocean to bulge out towards in the direction of the moon through the moon's gravitational pull. And these tides in the oceans are called neap tides. Okay, now, hi Tim. Now, you have to also remember that years back, our ancestors didn't have Google. Our ancestors didn't have all these fancy apps. You know, we didn't have things that we normally have now. They relied a lot more on the currents and tides of the Earth, and particularly the moon. Hello, Vicky. And so, for instance, agricultural workers such as farmers and fishermen tend to rely on the moon. In fact, some fishermen still do to this day rely on the tides of the moon. For instance, they know that around the full moon, from moonrise to moonset, there will be more of a chance of a plentiful catch. Okay, and in regards to farming and agricultural workers, it's planting seeds 2 days before the full moon is said to create a better growth for the plant, okay, and a better harvest for the person. In fact, as well, what's also interesting is there is a moon it's normally around September, but it can change in depending on around the dates. But there is a moon that is known as Hunter's Moon. And the reason it's called Hunter's Moon is because it was the brightest moon out of the whole year. And so hunters would often use that as a way of light to track their prey and food. So, we don't hunt anymore, but it's just as a way to show you guys how our ancestors had that link and connection. Now, the term lunatic, which is Middle English, but originally was from the Latin word luna, then from late Latin, lunaticus, then to French, lunatique, then got translated to English, lunatic, actually means it's the belief that the changes in the moon can cause intermittent insanity to a person. Okay, so that was a very old belief. Now, there's also, speaking of old beliefs and folklore, there is a piece of folklore that talks about being careful not to sleep out under the full moon's light because it was said to make you go mad. Now, even to the point of the tarot card, the moon, it has various other different meanings, but the tarot card, the moon, actually can relate very much to our mood and how we are feeling. And if that tends to come up in a reading, it kind of shows either the client's been quite down or someone around them, their mood has been affected in a way. So the moon has always had a link to us. And going back before what I was talking about, the oceans, if you think of it in the instance of our body, the human body is made up of 75% water. So if the moon's going to have a gravitational pull towards the tide, think what it's going to do to us. Yes, you're a lunatic. I think we're all lunatics. The best people are lunatics, Marie. You also have to remember, it depends on your star sign too. So, for instance, the moon will go into various different star signs each month. okay? And depending on what other planets coexist with it, would go with it, in conjunction with it, will affect a particular star sign in a different way. So for instance, the moon was, a couple of months ago, the moon was in Leo, and I was ready to go. I felt on fleek, I felt confident, I felt empowered, I felt powerful, and it really had a massive effect on me as a Leo. I felt empowered. So always look out for when the moon, what star sign the moon is going in next. In fact, I've got a little bit of an exercise for you guys to do after this video. Now, the other thing as well is you have to remember the moon waxes and it wanes. So it means that the moon grows, it gets bigger, or the moon goes away. So I am a folk magic practitioner and a witch. So I work with the moon, I work with the currents and the tides of the moon, and it is a key factor in my practice. So for instance, as an example, when the moon is waxing, when the moon is growing bigger, that is a great time to bring things into your life, spiritually or magically. So if you are doing a working to bring things into your life, or maybe if you do, not even magic or folk magic, even if you practice, for instance, affirmations, you can still work with the energy of the moon, of the waxing moon, to bring that into your life. You don't have to be a witch, but you know, or even if you want to try something, try an affirmation or try a spell for the first time, you can do that. As the moon waxes, you bring things into your life. Same thing as the moon wanes. As the moon goes away, as it takes away, you can also use that to take things out of your life. Or you can use that instance, you can use that event to physically do something. So for instance, if you are in a relationship you feel is no longer serving you and you feel it's a bit negative and you want to put an end to it, what better time to do it in terms of astrologically than when the moon is waning away, when the moon is going away. I used to smoke, and I'd done a charm, I'd done a folk spell to get rid of my smoking addiction, and I used the energy in conjunction of the moon. So as the moon was waning, my smoking addiction was going away. And it worked. I haven't smoked since. So, after all that's said and done, a little exercise for you guys I want you to try. So, the next moon, the next full moon is in the 4th of November. And the moon is in Taurus. Hi, Tracy. The moon is in Taurus. So, what I want you guys to do, all my lovely Taurus people out there, is I want you to work with that energy of the moon. So if you've been feeling a bit down, you've been feeling either a bit deflated or a bit down in regards to confidence, give this a try, give this a whirl. You don't know what will happen. So very simple, all you do is you get spring water, okay? Spring water, and you get either, the stones are, you can use emerald, okay, you can use black tourmaline, which I am not really a crystal person, but I love black tourmaline, I think it's gorgeous. Or you can use rose quartz, and these are stones that attribute to Taurus, okay? And then what you do is you put that in the spring water and you leave that out underneath the full moon's light to charge. And the next morning you have that and you drink it, okay? So this will help in regards to making you feel on form, making you feel a bit more confident, making you feel personally empowered. And I do this every full moon because I do a lot of folk magical work with the currents and tides of the moon. It's kind of like a way for me to charge up, in a sense. So that's a great thing for you to do, Taurus. The other thing you can do on top of that is you can also burn white or green candles in conjunction in the evening of the full moon, because white or green is the colours associated with Taurus. The other thing you can do as well, if you really want to push the boat out, is you can burn vanilla, rose, sandalwood or violet incense, as these herbs, these plants, are heavily attributed to Taurus. Okay, so that's a little bit of an exercise for you to do. Give it a try, give it a whirl, because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, you might feel that it has a massive effect on you. The crystal moon elixir, yes, the elixir of life. For Taurus. But yes, so in regards to the moon, I do use that in conjunction with my clients. So I actually, for instance, as I said before, if there's something they want to bring into their life, if it's under the waxing moon, I tell them, I say, it's the waxing moon, it's a great time for you to do this. If they're Aries, like the last full moon was in Aries, and I said, oh, can I ask if you're in Aries by any chance? And I was like, yes. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. This time coming up is a great time for you to recharge. Or if the moon's waning and they're either wanting to get rid of a relationship that isn't particularly beneficial to them, I say, use this time to get rid of the relationship. You need to know when it's in Libra. Okay, so Tracy, I don't know off the top of my head, though I will get back to you. I'm going to post underneath when the moon is in Libra. Okay, so that all being said, just as a kind of, you know, ending the video, I just want to let you guys know once again, my name is George B and my PIN is 1542, and don't forget it's 29p per minute for the first 10 minutes. And the first 10 people to book a reading with myself after this video, which I'm free from 10:30 till 2, will receive a free tote bag from the Circle, okay? The number to call to take advantage of that is 0800 067 8950. That's 0800 067 8950. Alternatively, you can also log on to www.thecircle.com. Please don't forget to like, give me lots of love. I love loads of love. I'm very needy like that. Don't forget to share this video as well, as there may be someone that will be interested in this, okay? I'm rotated on, as I said, from 10:30 till 2 o'clock today, from 11 till 2 on Thursday, and from Sunday, 7 in the evening to 9 in the evening. Over and out, and peace out.